November 16th, the moon's going to move into the third quarter. This is the waning immature phase. That comes right after the full moon. The moon is still full of light, so there's still a lot of activity. There's still a lot of emotion. There's just still a lot of things coming together and playing out during this quarter of the lunar cycle. Especially in the house in your chart where that full moon took place. Okay. Projects that you set in motion during the third quarter will benefit from a release of energy over time. The full moon is just starting to release energy out, disperse energy out into the world. November 19th, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius to stay for a good long stay, about a 20-year stay. Long. Watch what happens as Pluto crosses the threshold between Capricorn and Aquarius for the final time, leaving Capricorn for the final time for another couple of 100 years until it comes back around again. Politically, the movements and power structures of Pluto and Aquarius are grassroots, bottom-up, and community-driven, whereas we're coming from a place that is very top-down and authoritarian. November 21st, the sun moves out of Scorpio, out of the fall sign Scorpio, and into the changing from fall to winter sign, Sagittarius. The mutable signs are all about changing from one mode to the other. So we're changing now from fall to winter, which really sets in when we get to Capricorn. But the weather tends to be real changeable and different. One day it's this way, one day it's this way, when the sun is moving through mutable signs. I've noticed that as long as the sun has been in Scorpio, the weather has been really constant, like warm, and if we get rain, it's not very much, and it's been very reliably gorgeous this past few weeks, and I think that's about to shift. So I'm going to get me some firewood here this week. All right, but November 21st is the threshold. That's the day. The sun's journey through Scorpio concludes, and we enter the season of fired up and changeable Sagittarius. As the sun moves through the sign of the Archer, he lines up with powerful Pluto, first thing, because Pluto's now in Aquarius, setting the stage for healing, clearing, cleansing, and transforming. So as we're in the beginning degrees of a sign, making an aspect to a outer planet in the very beginning of the sign, here's an opportunity to set something brand new in motion. Awesome. We love that. Now that much of the letting go is done. We've been through the 29. That's where we are now. We're just finishing it up. Now that much of the letting go is done, today you can invite a new beginning. It's an excellent day to tackle repairs or get help solving a problem. And then on November 23rd, we're moving into the fourth quarter of the lunar cycle. This is where the energy is really gushing out. The drains are clearing everything out. So if you've got things in your life you need to clear, you need to make a run to the dump, you need to get your drains cleared, you need to get an old relationship out of your life, you need to clean out the old paperwork from your filing cabinet, whatever it is, that fourth quarter moon supports that. Okay, it's the mature waning phase. Tie up the loose ends, do your filing and organizing, let go of things that are burdening you, unnecessary worries and limiting beliefs. It doesn't have to be physical stuff. Clean, cleanse, and tidy up on all the levels, and make space for new things at the new lunar cycle that begins with the upcoming new moon on December 1st. All right. November 24th, we're making connections. The nodes have been a little tricksy lately, okay? Mercury trines the node on election day, the north node. And the sun now trines the north node on November 24th, possibly shedding some light or revealing new details or information about what happened on election day. This is also a great time to connect with your peeps, your friends, and let your light shine. Excellent. So looking ahead, will there be a recount? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think so. I hope so. Mercury retrograde begins on the 25th, and we all know that that means we're going back over details, okay? Whether the government's going back over details, I don't know, but they're working under the same astrology that we are. So that's my call. We shall see. But at any rate, I wish you all very much safety, very much creativity and good health and all the things in your life to be coming together. I don't know if that made any sense. It probably wasn't very grammatical, but it came from the heart. I also wanted to remind you that on the 14th, that will be my first quarter preview. We'll get together on the Zoom just like this, and we will look over the big rocks, the big transits of the first quarter, and I'd love to have you guys join me. I will send out a link. So if you want to really dig into making plans, you get a discount. It's only, I think, $27 for you to get a overview of the first quarter 2025. Awesome. I also wanted to ask you guys, are you liking, since I started putting the mood forecasts into the back of the notes, are you using those? Are you liking those?
The mood's fun. And like it, because sometimes you're like, oh, I'll look at something sometimes after the fact, but I'm like, oh, that totally fit that description for that day, so it's fun.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll keep doing that. And then once 2025 begins, we'll also have my seasons of astrology calendars that I can also put at the end of the notes. Those are just a real bite-sized snippet of info about each event on the sun and planets calendar for the year. And so I designed that to give non-astrologers access to my work as well, like my digital calendars. So I'd really like to see more people using those and enjoying those. And so if you have any friends that are into astrology, I'd be really happy if you told them about the Seasons of Astrology calendar. And I'll see you again on Monday the 25th at the beginning of Mercury retrograde. And we'll see, we'll talk about whatever has happened over the full moon between now and then.